about some of the blueprints that you talk about, what the takeaway is when you speak to people, when people read your book, Thrive State. What do you teach them?
Well, what I teach them is this, right? I talk about longevity, peak performance, and optimal health. And in order for us to need that, every single cell needs to function at its optimal. It has to function at their best, because cells make tissues, make organ systems. And so if you have a badass cardiovascular system, you're going to have great physical health. You have a badass nervous system, you're going to have creativity, you're going to have great memory and things of that nature. And sexual health, the same thing. If your cells aren't functioning properly, you've got poor cells, which lead to poor tissues, which lead to poor organs, which lead to poor systems. Poor nervous system, you'll have dementia, you'll have Alzheimer's disease. Poor cardiovascular system is heart disease, strokes, and things of that nature. So the next question is, how do you have an optimal cell? Well, in the past, we thought you got, DNA from mom and dad. So depending on what you got from mom and dad, that's what you're going to have, right? Because DNA makes RNA, makes protein, and the different proteins around actually determines the fate of the cell. That's actually not true. It's partially true. You do get a strand from mom and you do get a DNA strand from dad, but this DNA actually listens to its environment. It's like, oh, what's going on here? And that's going to talk to the DNA, and that DNA then is going to make the protein. So our DNA is constantly interacting with the energy of its environment. This is what is epigenetics. And it turns out by how we live our life, by our choices in 7 areas. In sleep, nutrition, and movement, that's the physical area. In our emotional states, in our thoughts and our mindset, in our relationship, and finally having a sense of purpose. All those things are actually energies that turn and transmute into biochemical molecules that speak to our DNA.
I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Thrive State podcast. And if this podcast is bringing a lot of value to you, if you find that your life is just improving with this podcast, that your life is getting to the next level, please consider supporting it. And here's a few ways you can do so. You can do so by liking this video and commenting on this video, and also sharing this video with your friends and family. Another thing you can do is go to ratethispodcast.com/ThriveState. Go ahead and leave us a 5-star review there. It will really, really help this show grow. And this will give me more time so that I could actually give more content to you, just like you got in this episode. And if you haven't already picked up a copy of my book, Thrive State, Your Blueprint for Optimal Health, Longevity, and Peak Performance, you can pick it up now. It became a #1 new release in longevity. Go to thrivestatebook.com. And if you enjoy the book, please consider leaving us a review as well. And the last thing you can do, if you're liking everything here and you want to work more closely with me as well as my team to get you into the Thrive State, go to kienvu.com/accelerator and consider joining the home course, the Thrive State Accelerator. It's really the course that I use. It's the concepts that I use personally when I work with CEOs, celebrities, and my high-profile clients to get them to the Thrive State. Again, the Thrive State Accelerator at kienvu.com/accelerator. And because you're a listener of this podcast, I want you to save 25% by using the coupon code podcast25. I hope we continue to give value to you. And remember always, you are your best medicine.